Hi, it's Cassie, the reader behind MomentsAre. I know that you guys don't end up getting to see my face that often, but every so often I do like to show it, just so that you know that there's a real person behind those hands, right? So I have an announcement. I was able to find, well, I didn't find it actually. My partner bought me a replacement cat ring. So that cat, the spiral cat, you'll see it probably better when I'm actually doing the reading. That spiral cat ring is on my finger, okay? So, and I'm really, really happy. I know that that might seem like such a small thing, but it was really, really bothering me that I couldn't find it. I don't know what happened. Maybe my cats got a hold of it. Maybe I lost it when I was traveling, or who knows. I just know that I really was attached to it and I needed one. Anyway, so today we're going to do a pick a card reading having to do with love and relationships. And I do want to say that I'm going to try something kind of new, and that is I'm going to start including readings that aren't just love readings, and I'm also going to start including readings that aren't just for couples or people who already have somebody in their heart. I am going to be doing some things for singles and some things in other areas of life, because this channel is very love and relationships heavy, and while I do want to give you guys what you want, I also feel that it would be equally important to concentrate on other areas. So today's pick a card reading, it's like, why do they act the way that they do, comes from Mary G. She's a viewer who submitted a question to me, and the question is, what is he going through? What is happening in his life? And he acts this way. So what we're going to be looking at is any kind of indicators for why your person is acting whatever way that they are acting, okay? So this is meant to be a love and relationships reading, but you can substitute somebody else in if you want to do your best friend, or maybe your parent or your child. Just know that you can apply it to other things. But this is meant to be a love and relationships reading. All right. Okay. So I will see you down here, and you'll be able to see my cat ring a little bit better. Hi guys, and welcome to Tuesday's Pick a Card reading. We're looking at why your person acts the way they do. And what we're looking for is like any kind of insight into their life, what's going on, their circumstances. Just going to explain their behaviors, okay? These behaviors can be maybe they're acting a little bit weird. Maybe it's behaviors that they're doing towards you. Whatever it is that you've got on your heart and in your head about your person. This is going to explain why they act the way that they do, okay? This is meant to be for people who have either a crush, or are dating somebody, or want to date somebody, or who is in a relationship, okay? And again, I will start including some singles readings. I'm just getting myself prepared for that. As many of you know, I went to Ireland recently. I live in the States, so it was a pretty awesome trip. And I just decided to pick some Ireland. So, well, everything that's here I got from Ireland. So it doesn't have anything to do with the reading. It's just what I chose for markers, okay? So the first pile is the Euros, okay? The second pile is this Tiger's Eye stone that I got at a shop in Ireland, and the third pile is the Newgrange stone. This is a ritual stone that's right in front of Newgrange. If you don't know what Newgrange is, it's a really interesting ancient structure that was built. And it's actually older than the pyramids by over 1,000 years. It's really interesting. As far as I know, it's the oldest known man-made structure. So it was really amazing getting to see this, and I just picked this up in the shop, in the gift shop there. So now that you guys know that I am such a tourist, go ahead and focus on which one is you feel drawn to. And while you're doing that, I want to say, as I almost always do, anything that you need to know about me is going to be in this description. That's going to include information on how to book a reading with me, how to contact me privately if you would like to. And let me think. Okay, it's going to give you some links and how you can donate to the channel if you would like to. We've got a Amazon wish list. All of the stuff on that list is stuff that we're going to buy anyway. And by we, I mean I will buy anyway. And then the PayPal link is just straight up any kind of monetary donations you might want to make. Again, that's just going to go back towards the wish list, you know. So just wanted to give you that option and let you know that that's there. A lot of people ask me about it, and my schedule and, you know, stuff like that. So hopefully you guys have picked a pile. If not, pause the video so that you can make up your mind on which one is calling to you the most. All right, and for those of you who know, I'm going to go ahead and start. We're going to start with pile number 1. Again, this is 2 and this is 3. I'm going to set these aside, and we are going to look at why they are acting the way that they are, okay? So this is for pile 1, those of you guys who picked the Euros, and look at all of these cards I've drawn for you guys. Okay, we've got the Hanged Man. I want to go ahead and apologize for the nudity. We're going to cover that up. The Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. That's interesting. A lot of fears going on here. We've got the Summer Solstice, Radiance, the Horse King, we've got Gratitude and Honesty. And then we've got Signs and Balance. Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff to look at here. So what I want to go ahead and say is that they know that they're not doing like whatever it is that you either want them to do or need them to do. They know that they're not fulfilling that role. They feel stuck. A lot of it has to do with fears. They know that the fear isn't real, but they're still trying to convince themselves that it isn't. In the Nine of Swords, we've got a woman that's woken up. She's had a nightmare. And she is afraid because whatever she has dreamt about, whatever she has had this nightmare about, is a representative of something that she is extremely afraid of. So your person is afraid right now, okay? One thing that they might not realize, though, just like in the card, this was a nightmare. This isn't reality. This is a perception and not reality, okay? So this is a feeling of what's going on right now for them. They feel afraid. Now, one thing about that fear is that they, you know, it's like you know, when a person wakes up from a nightmare, right? One of the great things about waking up from one is realizing that you're safe and that, oh, it was just a dream, okay, you know, and all of that. You might still feel spooked. You might still feel very, you know, disoriented and all of that kind of stuff, but you know it was just a dream. So your person might not actually know that some of this fear that they're having is just in their mind. But the main thing that I want to mention about this fear is it's irrational in that it doesn't make sense. It's not logical. And the fear is something that's not based on reality, okay? So they're afraid of something that's not based on reality. So what you can do if you're in contact with them and you can talk to them about it is find out, what are some of the concerns that you've had lately, stuff like that. Ask questions like that and let them know, or her, let them know, the truth of the matter, okay? Some of the fears that they might communicate with you are going to be things that are just kind of normal, everyday fears, and some of them might tap into some of this stuff. But whatever it is, it has to do with something that's just very irrational. It might even be one of those things that's like circular logic from some of us have had traumatic events happen in our childhood. It could be circular logic that's like really ingrained like that, or it could just be a fear that has come up recently. We've also got the Three of Pentacles. This card is a lot about getting recognition for what you're doing. This person wants recognition for what they're doing. They're working really hard on something, and they want recognition for that. One thing that comes to mind when I think about the Three of Pentacles is that your person might not be as in tune to the spiritual realm. They might not be as aware of any kind of influences going on that level. Not because of anything other than that's just the way that they are, or right now they're really focusing on the physical world, okay? However, this is a kind of a positive thing because they are definitely super aware of the physical, the mental, and the emotional. So that can be a positive there. But the main message of the Three of Pentacles is that they want recognition for something. I'm going to go ahead and skip over these two things, and I'll just come back to them. One thing that they're really seeking is a balance. I feel like this is coming up not because they are balanced, but because they actually want balance in their lives and they feel like they're not getting it. This could refer to the relationship, like it's not an equal give and take, or this could refer to the head and the heart. They're not matching up. And another thing that it could refer to, which is kind of a pun here, is they want to balance their checkbook. They want to make sure that their financial situation is okay. Some people feel stuck, and they want recognition, because, well, they're stuck and they're not making enough money, and they want recognition. They want to raise. They want some kind of, maybe they want somebody to pick them for a job, that kind of thing, so that they can balance their checkbook. So it could be something like that, and it could be that their fear is that they're not competent. Okay, so that makes a coherent story here. Okay, the other card we have from this deck is signs. Okay, so one thing that's happening right here is that they're not really that aware of the spiritual right now, and what you'll find, and I think this is supposed to reassure you, or at least give you an idea of what's coming next, is that they are experiencing some coincidences and just some various things that's going on that are alerting them that the world is more than what it might seem. They definitely have a spiritual element at work in their life. They're just not recognizing it for what it is. So one thing that you can do to help bring that about, because it feels so much like a lack, is to ask them, hey, has anything really coincidental happened to you lately? Or you might want to share a story of something coincidental that happened to you recently, and then ask them, have you had any kind of weird synchronicities or whatever, that way that they can just kind of be alert to that. You don't even have to be like, hey, pay attention. Just by mentioning it, they'll become more aware of it. All right. So two things. And I find this kind of like a little bit odd that this might explain some behavior that might be weird, but we're just gonna go with it. We've got both honesty and gratitude. Okay, so usually what I look for in this particular deck is what is any kind of block. I believe that this person is feeling like either the truth is something that they don't want to face, or they're thinking that because they have to be honest in this situation, that might not be what you want, or that might lead to rejection, that kind of thing. However, the overriding feeling that I have from this honesty card is that they are fundamentally honest. They're not the kind of person that really wants to play games. They want to be straightforward. Sometimes the truth really hurts, and I think that the truth right now is like just hurting them. And this could be referring to how they feel stuck. This could be referring to, they want some attention, or recognition is a better word. It could be referring to just their fears. They, honestly, they're really afraid, that kind of stuff. Another thing is that they don't really know how to show their gratitude towards you or anybody else for any kind of help that you've been giving them. It's like they feel like you know, you've got people that take things for granted, right? They're the exact opposite to the extreme on the other side, right? They feel so ingratiated and so thankful for something that you have done for them. And I really feel like most of you guys, it's for you guys. It's not somebody else. But for some of you guys, there is just a general feeling of gratitude towards just a group of people that have helped them, or people who have helped them, and you're just part of that group, right? This gratitude is kind of like holding them back, because it's like, you know, well, I don't want to use this position as a way to manipulate any kind of situation. I hope that makes sense, because to like, as I'm speaking it out loud, it doesn't really feel like it makes sense to me. So hopefully you guys can make sense of it. But that's exactly what I'm getting. So yeah, so them feeling thankful, it's almost like they feel a little bit in debt. And it's almost like they feel like they don't deserve that, you know. So we've got, again, them feeling like they're not good enough, or, you know, like they don't deserve something, you know. And then we've got the summer solstice. We've got radiance. I think this is their hopes. They really, really want. They just want to be seen. They want to be seen. They want to be recognized. They want to. They want to feel joy again, you know. They feel like they feel like they're not at a place where they can just be happy and that's it. They want to feel joy again, and they want to feel like they are. I mean, really, it's about being seen. Like light. Just think about what light does, you know. During the day, everything is seen. You don't have any questions about what something is. You know, at night, when you don't have that light, things are really shadowy. You can't, you know, things become hidden. Things aren't as clear. They want clarity. They want knowledge. They want access to that. But they also just want to be seen as a person who is capable of doing good in the world. They want to see that. So we've got the Horse King. So we've got two keywords that goes with this, and this is I specifically picked a card from this deck because I wanted to get, like, what is the general character of what's going on with this person. And there's two things. One of them is assistance, and the other one is control, okay? And while those two things might not seem like they go together, think about a person who trains animals, okay, like a horse king, somebody who would train horses and kind of break them down, you know, it so that they're able to be gentle enough to ride, you know. Just know that they want to assist in something, they want to make something easier, but they also have, in order to do that, they have to control something on some level. And so it's just important to know that there's something that they want to control, and they want to help too. For some of them, this is going to mean that they need assistance, like literally, like they need help, even though they feel ingratiated, they feel gratitude and all of that kind of stuff. Like they still need more. So yeah, keep that in mind. It just really feels like this person's going through some negative times. You know, here and there are some positives, you know, they're seeking balance, you know, there are some signs, you know, for the universe is trying to cheer them up, you know, they are an honest person. You know, what their fear isn't based in reality. So, you know, that's going to be a big relief, right? And usually people who want recognition, now not always, okay, but usually people who want recognition want it because they feel like they've done something and they deserve that recognition for something. So it's almost like they just want somebody to say, you know what, I see that you're working hard on getting this stuff taken care of, you know, that kind of thing. For those of you who this is a person that you're not talking to very much, please know that this person is going through a lot right now. They're not at their best. Sometimes when we're not at our best, we do not want to talk to other people. We don't want to bring other people into it, especially if they're people that we really admire and we really don't want to see us that way, right? So what you can do is in a very non-threatening way. You can get a hold of them and just say something like, hey, I'm concerned about you. I haven't heard from you in a while. Or you can say, just checking in with you and seeing how things are. That way, it gives them an opportunity to let you know what's going on in their life. But it also gives them an opportunity to respond in a kind of lighthearted way as well. So they have that choice, and they have that control over the situation of responding in a way that's more comfortable for them. But ultimately, it's like this is just kind of like some trials that they're going through right now that they just need to get straight. They need to get in balance here. They need to feel as if they are capable. And once that happens, then this situation between the two of you is going to greatly improve, okay? So keep that in mind. And, it just looks like they're going through some difficult times, all right? Okay. Hi, those of you who have picked pile number 2 or the tiger eye, okay? Okay, so what all is going on with them? Okay. You can tell that I have picked a lot of cards, so let's start with these tarot cards because they're very powerful. This person is looking for hope. I feel like they have hope. But they're also looking for it. I didn't realize that this deck had as much nudity as it does, and I had to cover up a part before as well, so I apologize if this is a little bit like going too far, but I really want these readings to be accessible to everybody. So they have they're looking for hope. They have hope, that kind of thing. They're also looking for direction. They feel like they don't have a whole lot of direction. But thankfully that's going to come pretty soon, okay? So kind of keep that in mind. I'm being led to let you guys know that this might be an Aquarius or a Capricorn, but it really could be any sign. So please don't think that because your person isn't an Aquarius or Capricorn, that doesn't mean that this isn't about them. I just want to mention that. Then we've got in this deck, it's Kronos. That is a pagan god, which is very similar to actually the devil is based, or the way that the devil is depicted is based on Kronos. But basically it's a god of kind of fleshly desires. I don't know if I said that right. It's like the id in the id, ego, and superego. It's like that part of a person that just wants to seek pleasure. It's very pleasure seeking. It's a lot like Pan, if you know that god. So this represents this would be the devil in a traditional deck, but this represents just this person has a lot of like very carnal desire right now. And if this is somebody that you're looking at, who you're in a relationship with or who you're interested in, this person's feeling very sexual right now. But it doesn't mean that this is just sex. This could also be somebody who is turning towards drugs for some help, and that could be both illegal drugs or actually legal drugs that are prescription drugs that are helping them. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's got to be negative. And that this is also somebody who is just really seeking to experience pleasurable activities. Sometimes people do this when they want to escape from the real world. So it could be that they're just engaging in some activities that are just helping them forget, what's going on, that kind of thing. However, I do feel very strongly that for some of you, even a lot of you, this is really aimed at you. And this is more like they want to have more fun with you. They want to have more pleasure with you. They want to, it's like they feel like things haven't been pleasurable lately, or they haven't been as pleasurable lately, and they want to experience that. Or maybe they've experienced a little bit of pleasure with you and they just want more. And that would make sense for wanting to seek direction, wanting to, they have hope that things are going to get better, that kind of thing. So I just want to cover, all possibilities. We've got the Two of Swords. The person is guarding their heart. In this particular deck, it can indicate a decision needs to be made. But the bottom line here is that the person doesn't want other people to see the truth of their heart and of their thoughts, okay? Whatever this person is thinking and feeling, they want to guard it right now. I think that for some of them, it's because they need extra time to kind of digest it or process it before they're able to show that. And then for others, it's just they feel guarded because they're feeling so much. And they're kind of maybe having like obsessive thoughts, like really pervasive thoughts and stuff like that. And they just really feel like they need to get that under control. Again, some of them are going to need to make a decision. And that decision is causing them some turmoil, which brings me to this. We did get the indecision card, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and put that on top of this one, just so we can look at it in relation to this. So it's like, one problem that they're having is that two parts of them are battling, okay? This could be their head and their heart, right? We have this kind of like carnal, very, usually physical pleasure seeking. So it could be just their body and their willpower, it could be something like that. It could be, it could be like their moral convictions, but then their desires, right? So there's just something warring in between, at them. And because of that battle that's going on inside of them, they are unable to make a decision. And that's something that the Two of Swords is talking about as well in this, where you've got two paths. All right. But this person's blindfolded, okay? This person doesn't know which decision to make. The key to making this decision is being able to use one's intuition, or to be able to marry the two seemingly opposing ideas together. Sometimes we think in black and white, or either or, like this, that either it's this way or it's that way. It can't be, it's just got to be that way. And we don't see the option where it's both and, like for example, let's say that a person's in love, but their mind is telling them that it's not right for whatever reason, okay? So it's like, so like they want to be with this person, right? So their heart's telling them, yeah, be with them. Oh, it's going to feel so good. It's so great. And you get to love them, and you get to show them how much you care about them. This is just such a great thing to do. And then you've also got, that side that's like, but this feels wrong, and all of that kind of stuff. So the way that those two can marry together is to be like, ooh, this feels wrong, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's just too delicious not to, that kind of thing. So basically the indecision needs to be resolved by taking these two opposing forces and getting to that point where your person is okay with it, all right? Another tool that they can use for that is their empathy, really putting themselves in the positions of the people around them that it's going to affect. And you can encourage them to use that by saying, have you considered what some other people feel in this situation? Or, try to see it from their perspective, or try to see it from my perspective, or, whoever it is. if there's a person involved. And if there isn't a person involved, and it's just like somebody, they're just trying to make some kind of major life decision, they could empathize with their future self, basically. If you take this route, how are you going to feel? And if you take this route, how are you going to feel? It's like through the heart that they come to this kind of conclusion. So really the heart and bringing those things together so that they're able to hold them both at the same time without it feeling like they're being pulled in different directions. And also there's an element of using your intuition as well. Some people, don't realize that they have that option. So yeah, they do have an option of that. They have some love feelings going on. I really feel like this is more for you guys, the viewers, to know. Those of you who are asking about somebody that you care about, somebody that you're interested in, either this is going to come back around and you're going to have a new opportunity with them, or this is something that's starting to get to that level with you guys, okay? So there's new love surrounding this person, okay? And I really feel like it's in relationship to you. It's not somebody else. I'm not getting anything that indicates that kind of stuff, so yeah, just kind of keep that in mind, that there's new love around this person. I think that for very, very few of you guys, it might be somebody else, but I really, really feel like that new love is aimed at you, the viewer. And then divine guidance, we've got that coming up. So when we're talking about this indecision, when we're talking about this situation where they're looking for hope, they're looking for direction, what they're going to find is if they tap into their spirituality, and some of them aren't very connected to that, but if they do, or if they pay attention to their dreams, that kind of thing, they'll find that the answer can kind of come to them that way. So one thing that you might want to do to kind of push that along is to ask them, hey, have you had any dreams lately? What, and try to, help them interpret them and give them your idea of like what that might mean, or, maybe this is an answer that to something that you've been having a problem with, or something you're struggling with. Or you can say, to them, when I have problems, sometimes the answer just comes to me out of nowhere. So that they'll just be a little bit more aware that that's possible. We have a guy, they're nurturing something. I think that they're really nurturing themselves right now, and I don't think that there's a problem with that. I understand some people can be extremely selfish, and that can be very, very frustrating. This person might actually be a very selfish person, and that's why they're acting the way they are. Or, and I think this is more true for most of you guys, this person just really needs to take care of themselves right now. They've got some stuff going on and they need to take care of themselves. They need to kind of take a step back, get that perspective, and then be able to come back forward again. And then we've got the Chess Queen, which I think is a card, and I really feel this is more for you guys than it is for them. But this card I drew for a characteristic of what characterizes their behavior, okay? They're trying to plan, okay? This is trust and strategizing. They're trying to plan ahead. They're trying to be prepared. They're trying to make certain that they've covered all their bases, okay? So this person is trying to use some strategy, some logic, some I guess forecasting even, to try to figure out what's going to happen next, trying to figure out, hey, what should I do in this, that kind of thing. However, we also have the keyword trust. So I really think that it's important for you guys to trust them, that they're going to be making the right decision, that this is something that they have to do themselves, and that they will do it. They will get to that point, okay? Now, there's nothing wrong with offering help, especially if you've got a situation where somebody is on drugs, or somebody is, just in, because we had the Cernunno's card, or the Devil card, show up, especially when somebody really, really needs that help. But ultimately, they're going to be the ones to make that decision and get to that point, you know? And you know, and then for those of you where that's not an issue, you know, just trust in the situation, trust them. They're gonna come forward. They're gonna interact with you. There's a lot of good stuff going on with this new love. I really think that they're strongly connected to their heart, which is good. You know, they wouldn't want to try to guard anything with these swords across their heart. They wouldn't want to guard anything if they didn't know that there's something there to guard. Okay. So yeah, those are some reasons why your person is acting the way that they are. And, just forgive me for being so modest with my cards. I really don't want to upset anybody. You know, I don't want to upset YouTube and get taken down or anything like that. All right, those of you who picked group number 3, the Newgrange stone. All right. So, as you're going to see very soon, I have picked a lot of cards for you guys. Okay, I just wanted to look through them so I would know what kind of energy we're dealing with. You know, a lot of cards. It's going to be really hard to go through all of them just at once. So the tarot cards that came up is the Hermit, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles, okay? And I'll just go ahead and let you know what the other cards are. We've got Surrender and Release. We've got Intention. We've got Peace and Worry, okay? We've got the Ice Queen, Ideas Preserved, Non-Action, and Entitlement. And then we've got the Tree, which is grounding. If you might recognize that image from the back. So I do want to let you know that. I will get to that. Let's start here. The Hermit, you might be dealing with a Virgo, or an Earth sign here. We've got the Hermit, which is a Virgo card, and then we've got, Two Pentacles, you know, so there's a lot of earthy, there's a lot of earthy, energy here. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's not another sign, though, okay? I'm just giving that, verification for those of you who, really want or need that, okay? Your person is withdrawing, but they're not withdrawing for, like, no reason at all. They're not necessarily being, they're not being irrational in their withdrawing. They're withdrawing because they need that time to really reflect on what's going on, okay? They are trying to, they're trying to get to a point where they're not feeling so, hectic. It's like, I mean, just consider like an introvert who has been at a party, or who has been in public for a whole day, and it's like, wow, they really need to rest and just get rejuvenated after that experience. The Hermit is that kind of energy, okay? It's like retreating so you can kind of balance and then get that wisdom that only comes from within. So they're trying to get in touch with, some kind of internal truth that they can only do by withdrawing, okay? So if your person isn't talking to you, or if your person hasn't been around as much lately, or they're being distant or anything like that, that's why. They have something that they need to take care of inside of themselves in order for them to feel okay. The Queen of Pentacles implies that this person is seeking abundance in their life. They might be somebody who actually has a lot of abundance. It might be somebody who really wants to hold on to that. Somebody who might be materialistic. This can sometimes indicate fertility, a child, that kind of thing. So I do want to mention that, but I really don't think that that's going to be for most of you. I just felt guided to mention that. So yeah, this person's really concerned about the material world right now. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is kind of interesting because it's kind of like the workaholic card, at least in this deck. It's like this person is working so hard. They just have to keep doing more and more and more. And this person might feel I mean, it might actually be the opposite of materialism. It actually might be that they're having some struggles with finances, and they feel as though they need to get on top of that. And so maybe they're overworking, or they're trying to, or maybe they're working a side job or something like that, and they're just really, really busy. This can also refer to school. So I do want to mention that, just because Pentacles tends to represent money, it can also represent things that people do to end up in a good job. So this can refer to school. It can even, it can refer to doing a lot of homework. Maybe they're trying to get some extra credit, that kind of thing. Okay, ultimately, they're seeking to be grounded. When they feel balanced, that's when they're going to be coming forward again, okay? When they feel balanced, that's when they're going to be contacting you, when they're going to be getting a hold of you, when they're going to start acting normal again. Why is this person acting the way they are? Well, they're trying to get grounded, they're trying to get balanced, okay? And once they get that way, then they're going to stop acting that way, okay? Let's talk about this worry and peace, okay? This is the kind of person that's very cerebral. They're going to spend a whole lot of time in their head. And as a result, as they explore their thoughts that they love to explore so much, and as they, are kind of overthinking, what's going on, that's going to lead to some worry. It's going to lead to some anxiety. Unfortunately, that's going to disrupt their peace, and then they're going to seek that peace. I really feel like this Hermit card, which I feel is like really the lead card here, is coming up because they want that peace, so they don't have to feel so, it's like they're foggy in their head, or they're cloudy, or like they're confused. That's the best way to put it. Yeah, they're confused. And that confusion is leading to anxiety, and that confusion is leading to worry. I also think that this person is worried about you. They're worried about the situation. Maybe they're worried that they're going to lose you. Maybe they're worried that you're upset with them. And they do want that to be okay. But they also have to be okay themselves before they can give that to you. And it feels so frustrating from my perspective when because I'm in their energy, I'm feeling some of this myself. And it feels so frustrating because it's like, gosh, I just need to do this. It's not that I don't care about you. It's just that I need to do this. It's like that's what they want to say. They want to say it's not that I don't care about you. It's just that I have to take care of myself. Maybe they haven't been taking care of themselves very much, and now's the time for them to do that. But basically, yeah, they're withdrawing so they can take care of themselves, so they can feel balanced, so that they can come forward in a energy of peace. Okay. We've got surrender and release. This is gonna be how they stop worrying. When they finally are able to let go of those extra, not so rational thoughts, then they're going to be able to find peace. But for some of these people, they just need to pray. There is that whole that saying that says, let go and let God. All right, it's kind of like that thing. They've got to give it up to the universe. They've got to give it up to spirit. They've got to just trust that life is going to present some kind of answer for them. So for some of them, they've got to kind of release the idea that they have to be the one in control of healing the situation. Unfortunately, they have to come to that conclusion themselves, though. So that's kind of frustrating, but still, this is something that would help. This is something that could speed things along. If you want to help your person, ask them, well, has there been any events that have happened that kind of, give you an idea that maybe this is going to be taken care of on its own, that kind of thing. If you know that they're having an issue, or if you know that they're having a problem. Intention is also a really important thing, and this is definitely a way that you can help your person. Let them know that by making smaller goals, they'll be able to get to that point where they've reached their larger goal. So if they are having financial problems, or if they are worried about finances, one thing that you can do is let them know that, instead of having this big goal to like reach this certain amount, or to work a certain amount of hours, just, tell them that, they've got to have smaller goals. Like, maybe I might not reach that amount, but I am gonna work just a little bit more each day, that kind of thing. Another way of setting intentions is, for 30 minutes today, I am not gonna think about, whatever it is that's been bothering me. Instead, I'm going to read, I'm gonna play a video game, I'm gonna go out in nature, I'm gonna garden, I'm gonna run, I'm gonna do, whatever it is that their hobbies are that they can distract themselves with. That's something that they can do. So, you can help them by coming up with things that they can do to get to that point where they need to be. And, the more, when somebody's worried about something, the more peace that they experience, the closer they are to get to that peace, even if the peace isn't directly related to what the worry concerns. So, I might be worried about my daughter, okay? I have a daughter. And I might do something like I might jog, right? Jogging has nothing to do with my daughter. Doesn't really have anything, it's all about me. It's all about, just exercising, that kind of thing. But by not focusing on my daughter, I am focusing on something that does bring me some kind of peace. So when I come back to that point where I'm thinking about my daughter again, the worry isn't as potent, and I can come to it with a peaceful mind, with a mind that's at rest instead of a mind that's kind of cranked up. So that's why I mentioned that, setting the intention. And then the other thing we have is Ice Queen. So we've got ideas preserved, non-action, and even maybe some entitlement. So a part of this this stuff, I keep referring to them, but they're not shown. A part of this, feeling of, this material thing is they feel like they deserve it. That can come from a place that's not healthy. Like, I just deserve to have more, that kind of thing. That's just kind of negative entitlement. Or it could be like, what, I really deserve this. It could be coming from a place where they've got some self-esteem. This card doesn't tell us which one it is. We've got ideas preserved and non-action. That's very much the Hermit energy. This is like, they're not going to do anything until they get this taken care of. They're not going to do anything until they're not worried anymore. They're not going to do anything until they reach their goals financially, or where they at least feel like they're on the path to reaching their goals. They're not going to do anything until they feel balanced and grounded, okay? And another thing about the Ice Queen is that this character, and that's why I put this card out here, or that's why I drew from this particular deck, is that I wanted to characterize what's going on with them. Like, what is the character of, their behavior, basically. They're gonna be kind of cold. They're going to be, like, they're not going to be showing so much warmth. They're not going to be showing so much emotion, for a while. And that's something that I actually feel is very, very temporary, though. Just in the same way that winter is temporary. We've got a situation where this person is withdrawn. They're being kind of cold, maybe, and they're being, very... It's not like they're trying to conceal anything, but they're just withholding their thoughts until it settles down, right? But that's a temporary state, because what they're doing, they're actually doing something by withdrawing, okay? They're not just withdrawing and then they're not doing anything. They're actually working on themselves. They're actually working on this situation, okay? If they weren't, then they wouldn't withdraw. They would do something else, because they really, this is a real feeling. This is a real issue for them, and they have to, this is a big worry. This is definitely something that's bothering them. So they're doing some work here. Either it's literal work, or it's work on themselves, or it's both. Alrighty, guys. I think the key is to know that it is temporary, and to help them by helping them, like, set some intentions, plant some seeds, this is what I want to happen, just ask them, hey, in the best case scenario, what would things be like, that kind of thing. you know, just so they can think about their intentions. They can think about that kind of stuff. All right, guys? Okay. So, thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. I mentioned my cat ring. Here it is. I've got it. All right. My partner, Greg, he got me a replacement cat ring. Just so you know, I got it at Meowingtons, which is meowingtons.com, and it's like actually ridiculously cheap. It's sterling silver. I really love it. For some reason, I was really attached to the one that I had previously, though. I don't know why. I was. But now I have one back, and so I'm so excited. All right, and yes, I am actually that excited. So yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. Your feedback is always like welcome. I love it. Any suggestions for readings, just leave them in the comments, or if you don't feel comfortable leaving them publicly, go ahead and send me an email. That's in the description. Thank you guys so much for all of your support and your great comments and everything. I read them all. I just can't respond to them all, unfortunately. But I do read them. I do pay attention. I see that there are new people every day coming and subscribing to my channel. And I just want to say hi to you guys and let you know that I celebrate every single one of you. I just get so excited when I see those numbers going up, because I know that I am being a positive force in the world and that I am doing something that is helping you guys out, and what I have to offer is of value to you guys. All right, so that said, I'll go ahead and actually see you tomorrow, Wednesday. I don't always post videos on Wednesday, but I will see you tomorrow with another pick a card reading. All right, guys, thank you.